Hi everyone. So today is day 3 of my reflections, which is titled Healing is a Journey. Before we start today, just take a deep breath, a slow deep breath. Because today's talk is for people who are tired of being told to just move on. So if you are actually moving on and you're fine, you can scroll past. Otherwise, I'm here to tell you that healing is not instant. And if we are honest, many of us already know this. But we keep judging ourselves as if it should be. Right? We see people online talking about how they healed, how they bounced back, how they are over it now. And we quietly wonder why we are still affected by something that happened months ago or years ago to us. Maybe it was a relationship that ended badly. Maybe it was a betrayal you never saw coming. Maybe it was losing a job that shattered your confidence. Maybe it was childhood experiences you were told to get over it because other people had it worse. And on the outside, life kept moving, you kept showing up, you kept functioning, you kept doing what was expected of you. But inside, something was still tender. That's because healing doesn't follow a straight line. Yes, it's not linear. Healing is layered. Healing is messy. Healing is slow. Healing is deeply personal. Let's talk about what that looks like in real life. Healing looks like going to work and completely fine one day, laughing, focused, productive, and then the next day feeling irritated, emotional, or exhausted for no obvious reason. At times, there are some reasons for it. Healing looks like thinking you are over someone until a song plays or a place reminds you of them, and suddenly your chest feels tight again. Healing looks like finally setting boundaries with family members and then feeling guilty afterwards, even though you know you did the right thing. Healing looks like saying, I'm okay, automatically, then realizing later that you actually weren't. You were just used to being strong. And here's the part many people don't talk about. Healing can feel worse before it feels better. Because for some of us, healing means slowing down for the first time. And when you slow down, everything you have been carrying quietly shows up. You start feeling emotions you didn't have time to feel before. You start remembering things you buried because survival didn't give you space. You started noticing how tired you actually are. That doesn't mean you're breaking. It means you're finally feeling safe enough to heal. Some of us learn to survive by staying busy, always doing something, always fixing things, always helping others. Because if you stay still too long, you start to have that feeling, those feelings. But the thing is, healing asks you to do the opposite. Healing wants you to pause. And that can feel uncomfortable, even frightening, especially if your life taught you that rest equals to laziness or weakness. But healing is not pretending nothing hurt. Remember, healing is being honest with yourself and saying, this affected me. It's actually pain, it's acknowledging pain without trying to justify it, compare it, or rush past it. For example, you can be grateful for your family and still admit they hurt you. You can appreciate a job and still admit it drained you. You can love someone and still admit the relationship damaged you. Healing lives in that honesty. And here is something many people need permission to hear. You don't heal by timelines. You heal by truth. Some wounds take longer because they cut deeper. Some pain lingers because it was ignored for too long. Some healing takes time because you were strong for everyone else and didn't have space to be human. And that is not failure, that is life. Healing also doesn't look dramatic most days. Sometimes healing looks like choosing not to reply immediately when you're triggered. saying I need time instead of forcing yourself to perform, leaving a conversation that drains you, crying alone and letting it pass, resting without explaining yourself. That's healing. Progress is not always visible. You may not feel better, but you react less. You may not feel healed, but you are more aware. You may not feel strong, but you are gentler with yourself. That is growth. And I want you to hear this clearly today. You are allowed to heal at your pace. Not the pace of people who didn't live your life. Not the pace of those who rushed past their pain and expect you to do the same. Not the pace of social media stories that skip the hard part. That gets me crazy at times. Your pace is valid. Healing is not about erasing the past. It's about making sure the past doesn't control how you show up in the future. You are not healing to forget what happened. You are healing so it no longer defines your reactions, your choices, or your self-worth. So today, don't pressure yourself to be fully healed. Don't judge yourself for still being sensitive in certain areas. Don't shame yourself for needing time. Instead, give yourself permission. Permission to move slowly. Permission to rest. Permission to feel. Permission to be unfinished. Say this quietly to yourself today. I am allowed to heal at my pace. No rush, no pressure, just progress. And even if today's progress is simply recognizing that you are tired and choosing kindness towards yourself, that counts. Healing is not a race. It's a journey you walk with yourself, step by step, day by day. And you are doing better than you think. Yes, you are. Thank you once again for your time and listening in. I hope this helps someone out there.